The Whispering House. The village of Ravenswood had always been a quiet, uneventful place. That was until the old Blackwood Manor, abandoned for decades, became the center of a terrifying mystery. No one dared to go near it, not after the whispers started. Sarah Holloway, a journalist looking for her breakthrough story, arrived in Ravenswood, determined to uncover the truth. The townspeople warned her, told her about the disappearances, the figures seen at night through broken windows. But Sarah wasn't one to be scared by ghost stories. The night she stepped into Blackwood Manor, the air grew thick with an eerie stillness. Her flashlight flickered as she crossed the threshold. The wooden floor groaned under her feet, the scent of decay and dust filling her nose. She held up her camera, snapping pictures of the peeling wallpaper, the grand but ruined staircase, the antique furniture draped in sheets. Then she heard it, a whisper.
Leave.
Sarah spun around, heart pounding. No one was there. She swallowed hard and pressed forward. Each room she entered seemed colder than the last. She found old newspapers, yellowed photographs of a family with hollow smiles. Then she saw the portrait, an oil painting of a woman with lifeless eyes, her lips slightly parted, as if she were about to speak. A cold breeze brushed Sarah's neck. The whispering grew louder. It wasn't just one voice anymore. It was many.
Help. Help us.
A door creaked open on its own. Sarah, adrenaline coursing through her veins, stepped through it into the library. Dust-covered books lined the shelves, and in the center of the room, an old wooden chair faced the fireplace. The chair rocked slightly, though there was no wind. Then the whispering turned into screams. Sarah clutched her head, stumbling backward. The walls seemed to shift, the books falling from the shelves. Then she saw it. Handprints on the dusty floor, appearing one by one, crawling toward her. Panic surged through her, but her journalist instincts kept her from fleeing. She raised her camera and snapped a picture. The flash illuminated the room for a second, and in that second, she saw them. Figures, pale, twisted, their mouths open in silent agony, their eyes locked onto her. Sarah bolted. She ran through the dark corridors, past rooms that seemed to shift in size, past mirrors that reflected things. The manor wasn't just haunted, it was alive. She reached the front door, yanking at the knob. It wouldn't budge. The whispers turned into mocking laughter. The air grew colder. Then a hand, ice cold, clamped onto her wrist. Sarah screamed and turned, but no one was there. Instead, something new appeared, a name carved into the wooden door. Sarah. Terror consumed her. She pounded on the door, screaming for help, but the house would not let her go. Shadows pooled around her feet, tendrils creeping up her legs. Then, just as she thought she would be swallowed by the darkness, silence. The front door creaked open. Sarah stumbled outside, gasping for breath. The night was still, the village lights twinkling in the distance. She turned back to the house, expecting to see movement in the windows. But the house was dark, lifeless, or so she thought. As she backed away, her camera, still hanging from her neck, clicked on by itself. The last picture taken appeared on the screen. It wasn't an empty room. It was filled with pale, distorted figures, and they were all watching her.